Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So I was planning on filming this video like today in advance so that I could have some stuff pre-filmed because like I work and I just thought it'd be nice to have like a whole week or something worth of videos pre-filmed. However, I might go ahead and bump this one up and move another video down a bit because the topic that I want to talk about today is like new palette releases that I'm super excited about, and if I don't post that, you know, when it's relevant, when they actually are new releases, it's going to be kind of weird if I'm talking about stuff I just came across today and I don't post this for another month. So I'll probably post this up like maybe tomorrow or something. Right now I'm filming, it's the 17th of December, and I just took a look at Trend Mood for the few posts that they've had in the past probably month or so, and I saved a couple pictures of the ones that really stood out to me. And these are all eyeshadow palettes because I don't really like, maybe this is an unpopular opinion or just a weird thing that I do, but I tend to stick with the same products, and I've made a video about my, my Holy Grail products. I don't know if it'll be posted yet or not. It might have been one of the ones I've pre-filmed, but I do tend to stick with the same products for like my complexion products, like my foundation, my powder, my concealer, my even my eyebrows and like my blush and stuff. So, and my mascara and eyeliner and things like that. So I don't have any new release interests in those categories pretty much ever because I'm very much like a repeat buyer of those particular products. So when I do look on Trend Mood and stuff for like the new releases, I'm usually just looking for like eyeshadows because that's kind of my one makeup area where I really like to splurge. So I saved about 5 pictures here of the palettes that I saw that I was like, oh my god, I really want those. So let me just share them with you. So the first one I'm sure you've seen and has been talked about a lot is the Star Wars palette by Pat McGrath, and I'm sure you've seen this on other people's videos and stuff. I just really, okay, the packaging's cool. I'm not really a big Star Wars fan, so I'm not like sold on this simply for the packaging, but the color story looks really interesting. That being said though, this is one of my, out of the 5 that I've decided to talk about today, this is probably my least favorite and least likely to buy because number one, I can't afford Pat McGrath products. Like, they're too expensive for me. I just can't justify spending that kind of money on a makeup, like an eyeshadow palette, when there's so many other good brands that are more affordable that I can get something just as good. And the second thing is, when I really stop and look at this palette, I start to like, my immediate reaction is, oh my gosh, I love it, I love it. But then when I look harder, I think, am I just falling for the whole pop of blue scam? You know what I mean? It's not really a scam, but it's like, I know myself personally, I know I don't really go into blue shadows all that much. So the blues on their own don't really excite me all that much. But then if you look at the palette without the blues, like just look at the other colors and not the blues, is it still that cool of a palette? Like, is it still that interesting? I don't even know if I'd really use this yellow. And so when I start to really look at it critically, I'm sort of back to not really thinking I want it as badly as my gut reaction was. So I recommend that you do that when you see something you really want to buy. Instead of just going out and buying it, really look at it and go like, is it just like the whole pop of blue thing going on? Like, because that's like a common tactic that makeup companies use to market their products, is they'll throw in like a pop of color or a pop of this, and you might know personally I'm never gonna use that color, but it's just bringing more visual interest to the palette, so it makes you immediately go, oh my gosh, that looks so creative and interesting, even if it's not realistic for your own makeup preferences and stuff like that. Okay, so moving on to the next one that I looked at that I was really excited about, and that is the I believe it's the Dreamy 2 palette by Nabla Cosmetics, and this is, I guess, sometimes considered an indie brand. I don't know if it really is or not. Sorry I don't have like actual pictures really. I'm just showing you like on my iPad what it looks like, and it's really blowing out. Like, all the colors are really looking very white, especially if I turn it like full frontal. But if I put it on kind of an angle, you can kind of see that. If you're curious about it, like, just look it up on your own and you'll see what I'm talking about. Oh, getting down to low battery. So basically you get the gist of what that looks like. It's mostly warm toned colors. There's a mix of shimmers and mattes, and then there is that, you know, like I said, there's always like that pop of blue that they throw in there. But at least this blue, I feel like, is more of a grayish blue. It's not like a very vibrant blue, which for me is a good thing, because I find I prefer like a more neutral looking blue. Just it's more practical for me to actually use. So that one is like a contender that I might actually buy. I don't know, because I am not made of money, and I really don't need to buy any more palettes, but like these are just the ones that like really are like tugging at me that I really want to buy. So that one's, I don't have really anything negative too bad to say about that one. I think even without the blue, like I'm still interested in the rest of the colors in the palette, so that one's definitely a more likely one that I'll purchase compared to the Pat McGrath one. So the next one I have saved here is the Kim Kardashian KKW Beauty brand, and it is the, I believe this palette's called the Artist and the Muse or something like that. It looks like this. So this is a collaboration, I think, with somebody, Mario or something. I don't know who Mario is, but so that's what that looks like, and it's a little bit monochromatic for my taste, so I don't think I'm actually gonna buy it. Like, I do like it, it's pretty, and it was one of the ones that popped out to me, like, oh, that would be a really nice one to have, and if I got it as like a gift or something, I would be thrilled. But it does have like a lot of colors that do look very similar. My monitor isn't helping that situation. Like, it makes it look worse on camera than it does in real life. The colors in real life are a lot more pigmented, a lot more saturated in the photograph, I mean, compared to what's showing up on camera there. So probably, sorry, my hair falls out a lot, guys. So yeah, probably not gonna buy that one, but it is interesting to me. It's half and half, shimmers and mattes. If you're interested, you can find that on the KKW website, and I believe it's available now. The next one, and I actually did talk about this one in another video about how I wanted it, because the packaging is just so cute and I still want it, so I might just go for it because it's really inexpensive. It's these teddy bear palettes from I Heart Revolution, which is a UK brand, but I believe they do ship to Canada, so I don't think I'll have a problem getting it if I want it. They are only 11 euros, so that's pretty inexpensive. I just love how cute they are, especially the, like, my particular interest is in the gold one right here, and then the sort of rose gold pink metallic one right there. I just like the colors in the palette best, and also the packaging on the outside. The other two are matte, so I'm not as interested in the packaging of those two. And that middle pink one, the like hot pink bear, the colors are just way too bright for me. Like, you can see the colors better in this top photo here, the colors that are in that pink one, and they're just very, very, if you're into like a brights palette, like, you might want that. But this is just kind of like a fun purchase that I might just go for. And at the time of filming this anyways, there is like kind of a promotion going on the website where if you spend a certain amount of money, you get like a free palette, which is kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if it'll be any good or not, but like makes me a little slightly more tempted to just like go for it and buy it. And then the last new release that I want to talk about is the one I'm most excited about. It's affordable, like relatively affordable. I mean, it's still like, I think it's about $40 Canadian, so it's not too bad. It's not like Pat McGrath like pricing, but it's also like, it's not drugstore either. But as soon as I saw this, I was like obsessed with it. I think it's probably my favorite eyeshadow palette release in recent memory, that like I might actually just go buy this one because that's how much I want it. And it is the new Tarte eyeshadow palette. That's what it looks like. Couple things. It's a lot of warm tones, and I know we're kind of, as a beauty community, kind of sick of seeing all these warm tones. But me personally, I've always been like a cool tone girl, so like almost all of my palettes are cool toned. So this would actually be a really good one for me to get, because these are a lot of shades that I don't have a lot of in my collection. Like, I do have like lots of neutral palettes and stuff, but they're more on the cool side. And I the other day I went to do like an orange look, And I realized that I have almost no orange shadows. Like, I had no idea before because it's just not a color I've ever reached for. And then when I actually went to reach for it, I was like, oh, I have like the one color in the Conspiracy palette, the cheese dust color, and one in like a really small like shade in another palette, and that's about it for my orange shadows. So I don't wear orange a lot, like I said, but it would be a good addition to have because at least these are colors I know I don't already have. And so just for the practicality of it, it would be a good buy for me. And can we just like for a second talk about how cute is that packaging? Like, I wish my camera wasn't blowing it out so much, but you can look it up yourself. But it's in this cute little like just a standard, you know, palette, plastic palette or whatever, but the pans are like little honeycombs and they've imprinted on some of the shadows, like the actual honeycomb pattern. I think that's so cute. A couple of them have like bees imprinted on the shadows. So I think like the packaging really got me on this one. I was like, oh my God, I absolutely love that. It's so aesthetically nice to look at. It like when I look at it, inspires me to get creative with it. And honestly, I think people rag on packaging a lot and saying like makeup brands use packaging to kind of suck you in or whatever and make you buy something you don't really want and stuff. And as much as that is kind of true, like I can see the argument to be made there, I think packaging is actually really important because as somebody who likes to get creative with, like as a creative person, and I'm sure most of us who like to experiment with makeup are creative by nature, otherwise we would just slap on like a brown look and then walk out the door. I think as a creative person, seeing the colors in the palette laid out in an aesthetically pleasing way with thought behind it and with like nice packaging to complement the beauty of the product itself really helps me anyways to get creatively inspired. If I saw this exact same formula, the exact same shadows, just in a basic plastic black palette in like individual squares with like no pizzazz and no excitement to it, I'm not even sure I would buy this. So like it really goes to show how important the packaging really is. And that being said, I don't think you should buy something that you're actually literally not going to use because you like the packaging, but it definitely enhances the product, and I think it does have value. Having a good packaging I think does add value to a product. So there that is again. So excited about this. Like I'm like literally probably gonna buy it like right after I film this. Like I want it so bad. It's so cute. So it looks like, just based on the photo, it looks like there are about evenly split like half mattes and half shimmers or metallics or some sort of textured kind of shadow. Again, all warm, pretty much all warm tones, lots of golds in there, lots of reds and oranges, and a few like darker pinks and stuff. Very excited about it, you guys. I think it's I'm like 99% sure it is available now. But yeah, this was one I hadn't actually seen. A lot of my other, like a lot of the beauty channels I subscribe to haven't talked about this yet, and I don't know why, because like I love it. I'm like so obsessed with it. So so yeah, just to recap over those 5 palettes, Star Wars, like it, not gonna buy. The Nabla Dreamy 2 palette, like it, 50-50 on if I'm gonna buy. Probably, I'm gonna say probably not. Just because I have to, you know, if I had endless funds, absolutely I'd buy it. But I really want to limit myself to 1 or 2 things on these 5 that I like. I can't just go and buy them all. I just can't afford that. So yeah, the Nabla one, I like it. Probably not gonna buy it though. The KKW Beauty one, like it, not gonna buy it. The little teddy bears, like it, probably will buy just because they are affordable. And I'm not gonna buy all 4, that's for sure. But well, but then you get the free palette. Oh, see? Well, I don't know, but I think I probably am gonna at least buy one of those just because I think they're super cute. And even if, like, I don't know, I just want it like on my table and just, it's so adorable. And then the Tarte, I think it's called the BU palette. It's like bee, like the insect. So the Tarte BU palette definitely definitely a winner in my book. I think I'm gonna buy it. I want to say that I can resist, but guys, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do a video where it's like I bought it. So yeah, those are the new releases of the last month or so that I'm super excited about. Let me know in the comments below what has been the new release that you're most excited about. It doesn't have to be an eyeshadow palette. That's just what does it for me. But if it's like a lip product or a highlighter or whatever, just comment that in the comments below. I'd be curious to see. Maybe there's something that you spotted that I haven't even come across yet. So definitely curious about that. If you would please like and subscribe, or at least like one or the other. I mean, I'm a really small channel. If you haven't already noticed, I have about 18 subscribers at this point. I'm starting this channel from scratch. Like, I had 0 subscribers when I started it out. And I'm really trying to grow it in 2020 so that I can, I don't know, have like somewhat of a decent following by the end of the year. It's kind of like a mini goal for me. This is not my job. It's not my career, and nor do I want it to be my career. I'm not planning to make it big as a YouTuber or anything like that. That's not the goal. I just do this kind of as a hobby, but I think it'd be kind of cool just to see if I can build up a tiny little community of my own on this platform. So yeah, give me a like and a subscribe, or one or the other would be great, or share the video, like whatever works. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye guys.